Welcome to PTI with Austin, Ethan, Mark, and Robin. Here we're going to talk about the AFC East Division Champion. Let's start with Ethan here.
Well, in my opinion, I think the New York Jets will come on top in this year's AFC East division race. First off, Aaron Rodgers will be back for the New York Jets. They'll have, even though it's off Achilles injury, he will just do as fine as everyone thought he was going to do last season. They have the defense there. They played well, even with Zach Wilson last year. They lost a couple close games they could have won. And overall, I just think the New York Jets are better than the Bills and the Dolphins and the Patriots as well. What about you, Mike?
I mean, the issue, you can't glaze over that. You can't just say, he's 40 years old, he tore his Achilles, he'll be fine. Like, no, he's not. You don't just come back from that as a 40-year-old man. That's such a devastating injury to a career. And the Jets really totally hinge on his success. If you don't have a good quarterback, you don't have a good team. And the fact that he's not even showing up to mini camps, I mean, it's very concerning, their quarterback situation. And that's why I'm going with the Dolphins. I mean, you got a team who looks pretty similar from what they did last year, who's shown they've won the division, they've shown that they can do it. I don't see a reason they wouldn't do it again.
But when was the last time they won the division?
Last year.
No, that was the Buffalo Bills.
No, it wasn't. Last year they won the division. The Bills had like a skid in the middle of the season. They came back and won.
Yeah, they won.
They came back and got into a wild
card. The Bills
card.
won the Week 18
Dolphins
game.
won the division.
The Bills won the Week 18 game.
Yeah, to get into the playoffs, but the Dolphins won the division.
No, because the Dolphins lost at Arrowhead first round.
Yeah, because. Oh, damn, you're right.
Well, personally, I think that the Buffalo Bills will go back-to-back and take the AFC East again. They lost Stephon Diggs, but they also added key pieces like Chase Claypool and Curtis Samuel, who can take the spot of Stephon Diggs, who wasn't really targeted much in the offense in general. And they also have James Cook at running back, Dalton Kincaid, and Dawson Knox are two great tight ends. And their defense already proved last season that they were great, being top 15 in all the major stats. So I think that the Buffalo Bills are going to go back-to-back this year, especially with Josh Allen. He played great last season. I think he's going to continue playing at an all-pro level.
They had no one catching the ball, though. I mean,
yeah, what receivers is Buffalo?
Yeah, like you get Khalil Shakir, who was solid last year, but he's not a wide receiver one. And even like on the defense, they lost Jordan Poyer. They lost. I mean, they are much weaker than they were last year.
And they weren't even that good to begin with last year. They had a stretch where they lost like 3 out of 5 games or something like that. And the teams they were a lot better than.
And the issue with them as well is like you have a situation similar to like you can compare them to the Chiefs. Well, they lost their good receiver, but the Chiefs did good. But the issue is the Bills are not that. We've shown time and time again that they're not at that level. They keep losing them in the playoffs. So now they're taking the same trajectory where they're losing talent, but they didn't have the Super Bowls to begin with. There's no way they can run it back.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I think even with Stephon Diggs, losing Stephon Diggs, he didn't really do much in that offense. I mean, he averaged like around 90 yards a game, I'm pretty sure. But with Curtis Samuel and now Chase Claypool, I know those are big names, but them two together, I think they can really fill his shoes. And on the defensive side, I know you mentioned Jordan Poyer, but last season they picked up Russell Douglas, who was great in the 9 games he played for him. So I think that he can really step in there and help the defense get back to their form they were in last year.
I mean, like Chase Claypool.
Yeah,
that's really who we're talking
that,
about. I don't know. That's crazy.
Like the Jets, the thing with them is you look 2 years ago before they had Aaron Rodgers, and they did good. They started 8-3, and they have almost a similar team 2 years later. And with a better quarterback now, I think it'll be a better job with the Jets.
Thank you for joining our show, and we will be back next time.